Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by 4-0 super welterweight prospect Dan Taward. Dan, how are you today, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Training hard, taking over, just ready to do a job next Friday. Fighting for the first time in my hometown of Newcastle. Can't wait.
Definitely, mate, as well. I've been at many a kind of Newcastle fight night as well. I mean, it makes some noise in there. Obviously, you're one of the original Berkeley boys as well. You used to train down there. I mean, buzzing for this one next week.
Definitely, there's no crowd like a Geordie crowd. I've got a great turnout coming. They love to get behind the own. And like you said before, I'm from the. You can see the famous Berkeley stable. Some brilliant fighters have come out there over the years. A lot of them now pro, doing their own thing, doing well. And yeah, looking to follow on and keep the success going from the amateur club, and obviously for myself for the northeast.
Definitely, mate, as well. It must be nice. Obviously, Cyrus Patterson's back on the card. I think he's had a bit of a terrible year as well. Just to touch on that. I mean, great to see Cyrus back, but also sharing the card together as well.
Yeah, definitely. Knew Cyrus for many years. Was on GB with him. Shared a lot of rounds in the gym with him, and it's good to see him back. We've got other fighters like Joe Laws. Always brings a great crowd, and yeah, looking forward to a great show.
Definitely, mate, as well. Before we get into kind of your pro career, I want to touch on your amateur career as well. I mean, 10-time national champion, mate. I mean, there's 10 more national titles than I have. But I mean, how do you look back on, yeah, kind of your amateur career and winning those national titles?
Amateur boxing's like an apprenticeship. I see it as the pros is what matters. Them titles get you the opportunities, get you the deals, get you through the door. But it's about what you do now in the pro ranks. But yeah, looking back on it, boxed internationally, boxed all over the world, representing England at the European Games, international box clubs, all that sort of all together. I had 82 amateur fights, and all that is just banked experience. What I can take into the pros, obviously later on in my career, stepping up and fighting the international opponents. That can only benefit me, what I went through in the amateurs, and to get me to where I am here.
It definitely has, mate, as well. I was looking quickly at your record. I mean, you've not boxed anyone with a negative record. I mean, especially for someone who's 4-0. I mean, that's a strong statement moving into the pros. I mean, was that something like was that a conscious decision? Did you want to go in there and not kind of fight these journeymen with kind of 20 losses on the record? Did you want to go in there with guys who were going to test you from the get-go?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, me and Sam spoke about when I signed with Sam, and obviously started my pro career with Wasman. For me, I don't see a point in fighting journeymen. You're almost stepping down the levels from the amateurs where you're boxing at the high level in international boxing. Number ones from other countries, and then you've got to step down and fight journeymen. I'd rather fight someone who was going to come to win. That's when you see the best of yourself. That's where you're going to learn on the job. And it's hard to look good against sometimes them fighters, them journeymen who just shell up and try and survive. Whereas when fighters come, try and win, you're gonna make the opportunities present themselves, and that's what I've done so far. And look to do again on Friday.
Definitely, mate. As well, obviously teamed up with Dave Coldwell. I mean, if people who are watching don't know who Dave Coldwell is, trained some of the greatest fighters to come out of the UK as well. But what's it like firsthand? I see the gym in the background. What's it like training firsthand with Dave?
Dave, his achievements speak for itself. Obviously, he trained world champions. Most famous one, Tony Bellew. Other great fighters like Jordan Gill, the McDonald twins, the McDonald brothers. And we've still got some great fighters in the gym as well at the moment. Hopey Price, Lerone Richards, other young fighters around my age coming through as well. So it's they learn from Dave. I need someone like Dave. I need someone like Dave to, guide me through my pro career and get me to the heights where I think I'm going to get to in this game.
Definitely, mate. All eyes on Friday. Obviously, we're hoping for a stellar performance as well. But have you and Dave kind of spoke about, and Sam as well, your manager, kind of have you spoke about what kind of a perfect 2025 would look like for yourself?
2025, this year, as to be my fifth fight. I had my debut last December, so within a year, I've had five fights. That's exactly the pace I wanted to move at. Next year, hopefully push on, get a title in there, and hopefully get some domestic fights. For now, we're fighting, like I said before, fighters with winning records, international fighters. But I like to burst on the scene and see myself mixing it with the top of the division domestically, and then obviously want to win them titles and push on. Some fighters want to be guided through. I see it as I can mix it already. Throw me in the deep end.
Definitely, mate, as well. Obviously, fighters with the kind of a stellar amateur career like yourself, sometimes they'll kind of differ whether they go the traditional route, the southern area, English, British, European, that way, or they'll kind of skip that and go international titles kind of first. Kind of what kind of route do you want to take, or is it just kind of what opportunity presents itself to you first?
it's whatever opportunity presents itself. Whatever comes up. Obviously, I would like to do the traditional route. I want that Lonsdale belt, that British title. The English title would be nice to get as well. But whatever opportunities, whatever fights come up, I'll take.
Definitely, mate, as well. I mean, Dan, we've absolutely breezed through my questions as well. I mean, we ask everyone who comes on the channel this, when all's said and done, what does boxing mean to you?
I don't know anything else. From 8-year-old kid, I tried football, had two left feet, went to the boxing gym, and that was it. 15 years later, I'm here now. I couldn't say I know any different. It's the only thing I've ever been good at, and it's what I've took to. The competition side of it, the wanting to be the best, and yeah, it gives us goals, gives us ambition.
It definitely does, mate, as well. I mean, Dan, as I said, we've breezed through my questions. Any final words for, I mean, the hometown crowd flocking to see your Newcastle return, mate, next Friday?
Tune in next Friday night, for a career best performance, and just looking forward to performing in front of my home crowd.
Definitely, mate. Looking forward to keeping the KOs coming. Cheers for that, Dan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.